Hey folks, how you doing? It's Alan Galang from Vancouver. I'm here with my good friend Diane from Portland, Oregon, and we're just here just to chit chat real quick in terms of Diane's personal growth, in terms of what she's been able to gain in being here, and how her growth could really help you if you're in that position where you're thinking, well, do I need private coaching? Do I need to move on? Do I need to learn new skills? Or can I just do it the old-fashioned way? Go up to my friends and family, read some books, listen to some tapes, buy some leads. Everybody's got that question on their head at the top of their mind. And I just want to let you know what kind of advantages you'd end up having when you join our group and take part in our training programs. So with that, I've got Diane here to help me out. Diane, thanks a lot for your time. Glad to have you here as always.
Well, thank you, Alan, and it's great to be here.
For sure. Now, we're talking just a little bit about personal growth in this kind of training environment. The reason why we're getting together today is because a lot of people have that stuck in the back of their head, trying to figure out, well, is private coaching the good thing for me? Is that really something that I should consider, or is that just a waste of my time and my money? In your opinion, before you started getting private coaching with our group, with us, how did it feel being out on your own out there? Being in a network marketing company where you had an upline, but they didn't spend this kind of time with you. They didn't teach you these kind of skills. Like, how did you feel before you started taking part in our group?
Well, before last fall, last summer was the first time I had ever met Alan when a friend of mine, Linda, introduced me to this new business. I had been in with her in another business, but she told me about this business, and then she started telling me to go to this conference call with Alan Galang, and I said, well, okay. And so I started hearing I went to this call. I listened to quite a bit of his information. All of it was positive, nothing just business or rattling on. And we were talking about us, not selling the business, and he was talking about how we could change. So that is where I got started. I started changing my way of thinking, that life is not, this business isn't just doing it on your own, but finding the right people to help you. And that's what I did find. So after I started finding that, I started finding out new ways of connecting with prospects, and I go, wow, this is so much easier.
Well, let me ask you real quick, because people are probably watching this and thinking, well, what's the difference? Tell people about what kind of training you got before in terms of connecting with prospects. What were you taught before, and what are you taught now? What's the difference between the two?
What I was taught before is to just explain the business, not really sell myself. Sell the business first and sell myself second. Now, many of the distributors did a great job, made quite a bit of money, but they learned in their own mind how to sell themselves. But actually, we were taught to more sell the business and tell a little bit less about ourselves and not find out that much really about the prospect and really what they were looking for. So it was a no-win situation, or I became very, very frustrated.
Why did you become frustrated just because you were selling the business first? What would happen when you take that route?
Really, many of the prospects, of course, I was just buying prospects through vendors, but many of these prospects were saying, no, I don't care about you, and they'd hang up on me. People don't buy from somebody that they don't know or don't trust.
True.
And this I found out, in the last 10, 12 months.
So what's the difference between then and now? What have you learned now up to this point, and how do you feel about connecting with prospects now that you've learned all your new skills? What are your new skills to begin with?
Well, for one thing, I have learned about features and benefits, and I'd never thought about that before, and I go, oh, and that is one of the reasons why half of these prospects could care less, because, a benefit is what is for them. And, most prospects people are saying, well, what's in it for me? If there's nothing in it for them, they're going to hang up and they're going to walk the other way. That was one of the greatest things Alan taught me. And then also and I got this great business and rattle on and on. You call them up and you talk to them, asking them on a one-on-one basis, let's start building a little bit of trust in a relationship first. That he taught me, and I'm going, this has changed my whole life on how I feel about prospecting now. And to look at these prospects, they all have pain and they all want pleasure. And it's not just one personality. There are several different personalities. But, you can put them like into 4 different categories. And this has just changed my life quite a bit. But this is my way of thinking about network marketing and, not just calling prospects, but also other ways of reaching them.
So you're able to reach prospects at a deeper level, and it sounds like you're able to connect with them a lot more than you ever did before. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, that's definitely true. When Alan started teaching me how to do email videos, I go, oh my God, I'll never do this. But, you keep practicing and you keep doing it and you perfect yourself.
True.
You don't have to go for perfection, but because you'll end up broke. But definitely, just keep working on it. You get good and you get better and better.
Which you definitely have, Dianne. I mean, if anything, let me ask you something. You've been here for the past little while. In terms of your skills and your personal growth, had you had to learn all this stuff outside of our group or totally on your own, how much longer do you think it would have taken you to not only discover these kind of skill sets that you're attaining here, but actually get as good as you are right now in learning them and being able to use them on a day-to-day basis? Pretend you weren't here and you had to figure all this stuff out on your own. How much longer do you think it would have been before you got up to this point?
Well, I definitely would believe that it would not have been just 10, 11 months. It would have been a couple of years because in the advanced marketing classes that I started at the beginning of this year, I started finding out a whole lot more about the internet, about all the people that are buying and selling, and millions of people every week that are on the internet. And I started finding out how the internet will work for you, giving you more freedom in your life, and how you don't have to chase prospects anymore. He started teaching me how you don't have to chase prospects because they're going to start looking for you when you give them the right material and you have one confident person yourself out there on a video or on a